I still remember the silence on the other end of the line after I said it, a silence thicker than years of unspoken truths. "Mom," I told her, calm, deliberate, "the family you're trying to parade doesn't exist anymore. Not for me." Her breath hitched. I could almost picture her standing in the kitchen, clutching her pearls, rehearsed lines falling apart. For once, she wasn't in control. I was. 8 months before that call, I packed my life into 2 suitcases and disappeared. No dramatic announcement, no goodbye dinner, no last confrontation. I just left, slipped out like smoke. And not one of them noticed. Not one call, not one visit. My absence didn't matter until they needed me to complete the picture. You see, I'd spent my entire life playing my role, the quiet, reliable sibling, the one who smoothed over arguments, kept secrets, swallowed pain. While my sister, her golden child, was celebrated, adored, handed everything. I was the afterthought. But after years of being invisible, I finally made myself unseen on my own terms. The wedding invitation wasn't mailed. No, they didn't bother with that. Mom called instead. Her tone wasn't warm, it was sharp, rehearsed, like she was already managing damage control. "They're expecting us to look like a perfect family," she said. "Your sister deserves that." It wasn't a request, it was an order. I let her words hang in the air. I wanted her to hear the distance, to feel the void she'd helped create. Then I said, simply, no. That no wasn't born that night. It was years in the making. I still remember my 16th birthday. No one came. They were too busy celebrating my sister's college acceptance. My father even forgot to say happy birthday. They called me dramatic when I cried quietly in the bathroom. I remember the Christmas I got a secondhand sweater while she unwrapped diamond earrings. "You should be grateful," Mom said, her eyes cold. I remember Dad's voice, stern and final. "You'll never be as successful as her. Don't embarrass us." And I remember the moment, months ago, when I realized they hadn't noticed I'd vanished. That was my gift. Proof of my place in their hierarchy. Unnecessary. So I turned that invisibility into my weapon. When Mom called about the wedding, she expected obedience. She expected me to fall in line, as always. But I had been preparing for this moment. "No?" she repeated, her voice brittle. "You'll regret it if you don't show up. People will talk." That's when I delivered the blade, clean and sharp. I don't care about people. And if anyone asks where I am, tell them the truth. Tell them I left because you only ever loved one child. The silence that followed was delicious. But here's the part that still makes me smile. My plan had already begun before she called. I'd quietly built a new life 3 states away. A new job, new apartment, new friends. All without them knowing. I'd blocked their numbers, unfollowed them, erased every trace of myself. They only reached me because I allowed it. One unblocked call. My gift of closure. The wedding? I knew it wouldn't survive without the illusion of unity. My absence would crack their facade. People would whisper, speculate. My mother's empire of appearances would collapse from the inside. And I didn't have to lift a finger that night. My revenge was silence. My weapon was absence. Later, my cousin texted me, furious on Mom's behalf. "The wedding was chaos. People kept asking where you were. Your mom was humiliated." I almost laughed. For once, they couldn't script me into their play. For once, I was the one pulling strings. I never confronted my sister directly. She was complicit, but she wasn't the architect. The truth is, I didn't need to see her fall. Watching my parents squirm under the weight of their own neglect was enough. And when Mom called again, her voice smaller than I'd ever heard it, she whispered, "Why are you doing this to us?" I answered honestly, I'm not doing anything to you. I just stopped letting you use me. I won that night, not with rage, not with spectacle, but with restraint. My revenge wasn't fire, it was ice, cold, calculated, silent. Now, when I think back, I don't feel guilt, I feel clarity. They taught me my whole life that I was invisible. They were wrong. I was watching. I was listening. And when I finally moved, it was with precision. So, no, I don't regret skipping the wedding. If anything, I regret not disappearing sooner. And the best part? The perfect family portrait they wanted will forever have a blank space where I should have been. A reminder, frozen in time, of the child they lost long before I left.